Have you ever wondered why, after 60, you suddenly find yourself waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning, even if you went to bed feeling tired and ready for rest? It's a frustrating pattern. You're not alone. At my clinic in North Carolina, I hear the same story nearly every week. Doc, I fall asleep just fine, but I wake up in the middle of the night and can't fall back asleep. And here's the surprising part. One of the biggest culprits might be something we've all been told is healthy. A simple glass of water before bed. Now, don't get me wrong. Staying hydrated is important, especially as we age. But what I'm about to share with you could change how you approach your nighttime routine forever. Let me tell you about Mrs. Green, one of my patients. She's 72, sharp as a tack, and lives alone since her husband passed. Every night before bed, she'd drink a full glass of water to flush her system, as she put it. But for the past year, she's been waking up around 2:15 a.m. like clockwork. We tried adjusting medications, her mattress, even her exercise routine, but nothing worked. Until we talked about that glass of water. It turns out her body, like most of ours after 60, wasn't processing fluids the same way. The antidiuretic hormone, which helps us hold water overnight, declines naturally with age. That means more trips to the bathroom, more nighttime awakenings, and less time in deep sleep. But here's the good news. You don't have to stop drinking before bed. You just need to drink smarter. You see, plain water doesn't provide the calming, sleep-supporting nutrients your body needs. It doesn't warm your core temperature. It doesn't relax your nervous system. And worst of all, it heads straight for your bladder. That's a recipe for a 3 a.m. wake-up call. Instead, what your body truly needs at night are gentle, nutrient-rich drinks that help restore your internal rhythm. Drinks that contain magnesium to relax tense muscles, glycine to stabilize your brain's sleep signals, tryptophan to naturally produce melatonin, or adaptogenic compounds from plants that reduce cortisol, the stress hormone that quietly keeps your mind alert long after your head hits the pillow. One clinical study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine found that older adults who consumed beverages with low volume, high nutrient density, such as herbal infusions or fortified nut milks, reported a 34% reduction in nighttime awakenings. That's huge. Even more compelling, some of these drinks don't just help you fall asleep, they help you stay asleep. And perhaps best of all, they support your body's recovery systems while you rest. We're talking muscle repair, cognitive reset, and even joint rejuvenation. Now, let me be clear. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. What works for one person might not work for another. But in this series, I'm going to share with you 5 specific drinks that have shown remarkable results in seniors across the country. Some of them are warm and soothing. Others are rich in amino acids or calming herbs. Each one works differently, but all are designed to help your body do what it naturally wants to do: rest, recover, and wake up refreshed. And you won't need a trip to the health store or a fancy recipe. Everything I'm about to show you can be found in your local grocery store or already in your kitchen. So, if you're tired of tossing and turning, of waking up groggy or sore, or of relying on sleep aids that leave you feeling foggy, keep listening. Because starting tonight, your journey to deeper sleep might begin with just one small glass of the right drink, taken at the right time, in the right way. In the next part, we'll explore the first of 5 bedtime drinks. One that's creamy, comforting, lactose-free, and surprisingly powerful in helping older adults sleep through the night, without the side effects of pills or the burden of constant bathroom trips. Let's dive in. When I first suggested almond milk to Mr. J, a retired high school principal who had struggled with fragmented sleep for nearly a decade, he raised an eyebrow. "Milk, Doc? I thought I was supposed to avoid dairy at night." I smiled and explained, "Not dairy almond. Unsweetened, warm, and tailored for your nervous system, not just your bones." He tried it for 3 nights. On his 4th visit to my clinic, he came in beaming. I slept 5.5 hours straight last night, he said, almost disbelieving himself. For someone who had been waking up every 90 minutes, that was nothing short of a breakthrough. So let's break it down. What makes warm, unsweetened almond milk such a powerful sleep companion after 60? First, it's not just about replacing cow's milk. As we age, many people develop a mild form of lactose intolerance, even if they never had issues in the past. This can lead to gas, bloating, or discomfort, especially at night. Almond milk, particularly the unsweetened and additive-free variety, bypasses that problem entirely. But the real magic is in its nutrient profile. Almond milk contains small but effective amounts of magnesium and tryptophan, two compounds that your body uses like sleep signals. Magnesium is often called nature's chill pill. It helps relax, smooth muscles, including those in the digestive tract, the bladder wall, and even around your arteries. It reduces nerve excitability and helps balance calcium, which influences muscle contraction and sleep depth. Tryptophan, on the other hand, is the amino acid your brain uses to create serotonin, the mood-balancing chemical, and melatonin, the sleep hormone. Without enough tryptophan, your body struggles to enter and stay in restorative sleep. A 2014 study from the Journal of Research in Medical Sciences tested this idea on adults over 60. Participants who consumed almond-based beverages twice daily reported not only falling asleep faster, but staying asleep longer with fewer interruptions and less grogginess upon waking. Even better, their anxiety levels were significantly lower after just 2 weeks. Now here's the catch. It's not just what you drink, it's how and when. For maximum effect, I recommend the following ritual to my patients. Use 120 to 150 milliliters of unsweetened almond milk. Warm it gently, don't boil it. Add a pinch of cinnamon. Why? Because cinnamon helps regulate blood sugar and encourages peripheral circulation, especially helpful for cold hands and feet that often delay sleep. Drink it 60 to 90 minutes before bed. Sip slowly while seated. Pair it with something calming like soft music or a few minutes of deep breathing. The ritual is as powerful as the drink itself. Now, here's where we have to be cautious. If you're diabetic, be sure to choose almond milk with no added sugar or syrups. Even small amounts of hidden sweeteners can cause blood sugar fluctuations during the night that may wake you up. Also, if you're on medications for blood pressure or taking magnesium supplements, let your doctor know you're adding this to your routine. While almond milk contains modest amounts of magnesium, pairing it with supplements may require some balance. One more tip from my patients: warm almond milk works especially well after an early light dinner, something like roasted vegetables, brown rice, or soup. A heavy meal can delay digestion and interfere with sleep, but a light dinner followed by a warm, nutrient-rich drink? That's a recipe for rest. Over time, this tiny habit creates a powerful signal to your body. It's time to wind down. You're not just drinking a beverage. You're telling your nervous system that it's safe to let go. And if warm almond milk feels like a comforting friend at night, wait until you discover what's next. Because if your challenge isn't falling asleep, but calming a restless mind, quieting racing thoughts, or shutting off the day's stress, the next drink works deeper. It's ancient, it's herbal, and it can bring tranquility in under 10 minutes. Let me tell you about Grace, a 68-year-old retired librarian from Oregon who came to see me last fall. Grace wasn't struggling with physical pain or frequent bathroom trips. Her problem was more invisible and more stubborn. I lie there, document eyes open. Mind racing. I think about everything. My kids, my bills, that awkward thing I said 2 days ago. And I don't even know why. I'm not stressed during the day. If you've ever felt like Grace, tired but wired, then you know how frustrating it is when a mind refuses to rest. This is where a humble flower can help in a surprisingly powerful way. I'm talking about chamomile tea, one of nature's most overlooked remedies for nighttime mental restlessness. Now, chamomile is not new. It's been used for centuries in traditional medicine across Europe and the Middle East. But modern science has finally caught up with Grandma's wisdom. Chamomile contains a compound called apigenin, a natural flavonoid that binds to GABA receptors in your brain. Think of GABA receptors like volume knobs for your thoughts. When apigenin connects with them, it helps turn down the mental chatter, eases anxiety, and prepares your brain for the shift into the sleep phase. In a randomized controlled trial conducted by the University of Tehran in 2015, 77 women aged 60 to 75 drank a small cup of chamomile tea every night before bed for 2 weeks. Compared to the placebo group, those who drank chamomile fell asleep an average of 15 minutes faster, reported 30% fewer awakenings during the night, and 4 out of 5 said they woke up feeling better, emotionally and physically. Now, chamomile isn't a knockout drink. It doesn't sedate you like medication, and that's a good thing. Instead, it acts like a whisper to your nervous system. It says, "You've done enough for today. Let go." I often recommend it for my patients who don't necessarily have insomnia, but struggle with mental tension or emotional residue from the day. Here's how to make it work for you. Steep 1 chamomile tea bag or a teaspoon of dried flowers in hot water, not boiling, for about 5 to 7 minutes. Let it cool slightly. Aim for a temperature that feels like a warm hand on your stomach. Drink it 45 to 60 minutes before bedtime, not right before lying down. No sweeteners. Skip the honey, even if it's natural. If you want more flavor, add a thin slice of fresh ginger or a drop of alcohol-free vanilla extract. A few of my patients also like to cup their hand around the mug, inhale the floral steam, and take 5 slow breaths before sipping. This tiny ritual alone starts to shift the nervous system from go to slow. Important note: if you're on blood thinners, such as warfarin, talk to your doctor before making chamomile a nightly habit. It may slightly interact with those medications due to its mild blood-thinning properties. And if you're allergic to ragweed or daisies, chamomile might not be for you. But for most older adults, this tea offers what no sleeping pill can: a sense of peace. A slow, natural unwinding that doesn't push you into sleep, but allows you to arrive there gently. After just a few nights, Grace told me, "I still think about things at night, but I don't chase the thoughts anymore. I just let them pass. And then I'm asleep before I know it." That's the power of restoring rhythm to your rest. Now, while chamomile works beautifully on the mind, the next drink focuses on something more hidden: your mineral balance. Because believe it or not, even a slight electrolyte imbalance after 60 can trigger bladder spasms, leg cramps, or sudden awakenings. And to fix it, the solution might be something tropical, familiar, and surprisingly effective when used right. The tropical trick that calms your bladder at night. A few months ago, I had a gentleman named Roberto come in for a routine follow-up. He's 74, retired Navy mechanic, still rides his bike every day. But his main complaint? "Doc, I'm waking up twice a night to pee, even when I barely drink anything." His labs looked normal. His prostate was fine. No infection. But when I asked him about hydration, he said, "I avoid water after 6 p.m. It wasn't the amount of water that was the problem. It was what his body was missing: balance. As we age, our electrolyte levels tend to shift, sometimes subtly, sometimes dramatically. That can lead to issues like nighttime urination, cramping, and even heart palpitations during sleep. One of the most overlooked causes? Low potassium and magnesium. And one of the simplest remedies? Coconut water. But here's the catch: it has to be lightly warmed and diluted. Otherwise, you'll cause more harm than good. Let me explain. Coconut water contains a perfect mix of minerals: potassium to regulate muscle contractions, including those in the bladder. Magnesium to calm nerve signals. Sodium and natural sugars that support fluid retention in cells without spiking blood sugar, like juice does. In 2017, a small study published in the Journal of Sleep Disorders and Therapy followed a group of older adults who had frequent nighttime urination but no underlying urinary tract issues. They were given warm, diluted coconut water every evening for 1 week. The results were significant. Nighttime awakenings dropped by 26%. Participants reported fewer leg cramps. Many described their sleep as less interrupted and more restful. I've seen similar results in practice. And for Roberto, after 5 nights of switching from cold water to warm, diluted coconut water, he reported waking up only once, and sometimes not at all. So, how do you use it safely? Here's my recommendation. Use fresh coconut water, no added sugars or preservatives. Warm it gently, then mix half coconut water plus half warm, filtered water, 1-to-1 ratio. Drink about 100 to 120 milliliters total, ideally 60 to 75 minutes before bed. Add a thin slice of fresh ginger if you'd like to warm the digestive tract and reduce bloating. Do not drink it cold, straight from the fridge. That shocks your digestive system and can stimulate your bladder rather than calm it. And don't drink it too close to bedtime. Give your body time to absorb and stabilize the electrolytes before lying down. But, very important, this drink is not for everyone. If you have kidney disease, take potassium-sparing diuretics, or are on medications that affect electrolyte balance, like ACE inhibitors or certain blood pressure meds, you must talk to your doctor before trying coconut water regularly. Also, if you're diabetic, check your blood sugar the next morning. Coconut water has a low glycemic index, but it still contains natural sugars. Now let's talk about why this works so well. Your bladder, like your heart, operates on electrical signals. Those signals are regulated by potassium, sodium, calcium, and magnesium. When these get out of balance, it can lead to overactive bladder signals, even if your bladder isn't full. Warming the coconut water helps reduce the likelihood of gastric spasms and prevents sudden temperature shocks to your system at night. This makes it easier for your body to absorb the minerals gradually, rather than triggering a diuretic response. I often tell my patients, you're not drinking for thirst anymore. You're drinking for chemistry. That shift in mindset changes everything. Roberto now swears by his evening tonic, as he calls it. And if you've ever felt frustrated by waking up at night for no clear reason, this might be your solution too. Now, while this drink soothes the bladder and supports your body's mineral balance, it doesn't directly address another major obstacle to deep rest: stress hormones, especially cortisol. A golden remedy that eases stress from within. When Helen first came into my clinic, she was 66 and recently retired. She had everything she needed for a peaceful life: financial stability, a quiet home, time to rest, but she still couldn't sleep. "I'm not anxious," she told me, "but every time I lie down, I feel tense. I don't know why." What Helen was experiencing wasn't psychological anxiety. It was something more subtle, more hormonal. You see, after the age of 60, many seniors experience a shift in their cortisol rhythm. Cortisol is your body's primary stress hormone, and when it remains elevated at night, even just slightly, it can prevent you from entering deep sleep, even if you feel mentally calm. That's where golden milk with black pepper comes in, a time-tested, warming drink that not only helps you fall asleep, but also helps your body shift out of its stress state and into recovery mode. Golden milk is a blend made with turmeric, a spice well known for its anti-inflammatory properties, and black pepper, which enhances turmeric's absorption. When combined with a warm milk base, like almond, oat, or walnut milk, it becomes a sleep-inducing powerhouse. Let's talk about why it works. The active compound in turmeric is curcumin. It's been shown to reduce cortisol levels, support the HPA axis, the hormonal pathway between your brain and adrenal glands, and increase GABA activity, which promotes calmness in the brain. In a 2019 study published in Phytotherapy Research, adults who consumed curcumin daily for 4 weeks saw an average 23% decrease in nighttime cortisol levels. More importantly, their EEG sleep scans showed longer time spent in deep sleep and less nighttime waking. Black pepper contains piperine, which boosts curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Without it, most of the curcumin would pass through your body unused. Now, let me walk you through how to prepare this drink. Warm 150 milliliters, about half a cup, of almond or oat milk. Avoid dairy if you're lactose sensitive. Stir in 1/2 teaspoon of ground turmeric and a small pinch of ground black pepper. You can add a dash of cinnamon or cardamom for taste and extra relaxation benefits. Drink it 60 to 75 minutes before bed, ideally after dinner, but before brushing your teeth. Sip it slowly while seated. Don't rush. Let the warmth tell your body you're safe. It's time to unwind. Some of my patients add collagen powder or a few drops of ashwagandha extract to enhance the effects. But honestly, the basic version works beautifully on its own. Now, I want to be honest. Golden milk isn't for everyone. If you're on blood thinners like warfarin, or you have gallbladder issues, turmeric could interact with your medications. Always speak to your doctor if you're unsure. And if you're prone to acid reflux, start with just a few sips the first night to test your tolerance. But for Helen, it was exactly what she needed. After 1 week of golden milk each evening, she walked into my office smiling. I didn't realize how tired I'd been until I finally slept, she said. Now I don't wake up with my jaw clenched. I don't grind my teeth. I feel soft. That's the gift of restoring cortisol balance. You don't just sleep better. You feel safer physically and emotionally. And the best part? Golden milk also supports joint comfort, gut health, and muscle recovery, all of which become more important with age. This is what I mean when I say that better sleep isn't just about sedation. It's about restoring your inner balance, your biology, and your peace of mind. In our final part, we'll talk about the drink that ties it all together. A drink that doesn't just help you sleep, but supports overnight healing for your joints, your skin, your muscles, and even your memory. It's simple, it's natural, and it might become your new favorite bedtime ritual. The one drink that heals while you sleep. When we talk about sleep, we often focus on how to fall asleep faster or wake up less often. But what many forget is this: true rest is about healing. And after 60, healing becomes more important than ever. That's why the final drink I recommend isn't just calming, it's reparative. It helps rebuild collagen in your joints, restore tired muscles, and stabilize your nervous system, all while you're sleeping. I'm talking about warm gelatin water or diluted bone broth. Yes, you read that right. What most people think of as a joint support supplement or a cooking ingredient turns out to be one of the most powerful natural tools for overnight recovery. The key here is an amino acid called glycine, found in high amounts in gelatin and slow-simmered bone broth. Glycine plays a critical role in deep-wave sleep regulation. It helps reduce core body temperature, a necessary step for sleep initiation, slows down heart rate, and increases slow brain wave activity, allowing you to stay in the restorative phase of sleep longer. In a study published in Neuropsychopharmacology, 2007, older adults who took just 3 grams of glycine before bed reported deeper, uninterrupted sleep and clear mental function the next morning. But here's what makes it truly special. Glycine doesn't force sleep like medication. It supports your body's natural sleep architecture, something that becomes fragile with age. It also boosts collagen production, helps with muscle repair, and calms inflammatory responses that often flare up at night, especially in people with arthritis, fibromyalgia, or joint stiffness. Here's how I suggest you use it. Mix 1 teaspoon of unflavored gelatin powder into 120 milliliters of warm water, about half a cup. Stir thoroughly until fully dissolved. Drink it 30 to 45 minutes before bed, ideally after brushing your teeth and finishing your nightly routine. If using bone broth, make sure it's low in sodium and lightly warmed, not boiling. Drink it plain, without food, so your body can absorb it efficiently. If you're sensitive to gelatin or prefer plant-based options, hydrolyzed collagen peptides can offer a similar effect, but I still find gelatin to be gentler on the stomach at night. Now, some precautions. If you're on a low-protein or kidney-specific diet, talk to your doctor first. Bone broth may not be suitable for those on low-sodium diets unless you prepare it yourself. But for most healthy adults over 60, this small, warm drink offers a big return. I've seen it help patients sleep through the night without that aching back or sore legs the next morning. I've even had a few patients report improved memory after 2 weeks of nightly use, likely due to glycin's effect on neurotransmitter balance and REM regulation. So now, let's take a moment to recap what we've learned across these 6 parts. Summary: 5 bedtime drinks that help you sleep and heal after 60. Warm almond milk, unsweetened, provides magnesium and tryptophan to support melatonin production and muscle relaxation. Chamomile calms the nervous system through apigenin, a natural anti-anxiety compound. Warm diluted coconut water balances electrolytes and helps reduce bladder irritation or leg cramps. Golden milk with black pepper lowers cortisol, reduces inflammation, and helps reset the body's stress response. Warm gelatin water or bone broth supports deep wave sleep, collagen renewal, and overnight body repair. Each of these drinks offers something unique. Some target the mind, others target the body, and the best ones do both. The goal isn't to try all of them at once. The goal is to find the one that fits your body best. Maybe your challenge is a racing mind. Try chamomile. Maybe your legs ache at night. Try gelatin. Maybe you need a warm, comforting ritual. Try almond milk or golden milk. Whatever you choose, start small. One change, one night. Sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It's about allowing your body to rebuild. After 60, that process slows down, but it never stops. And when you give your body the right signals, the right support, and a little consistency, it will reward you with better mornings, clearer thoughts, and stronger steps. So tonight, skip the pills. Turn down the noise. Warm your drink. Hold the mug in both hands. And give yourself the permission to rest, not just as a routine, but as a gift. You've earned it. Now it's your turn. Which drink will you try tonight? Have you already found a bedtime routine that works for you? Share your experience in the comments below. It might help someone else sleep better tonight. And if you found this video helpful, please like the video, leave a comment, subscribe for more weekly tips. Share this video with someone who needs a good night's sleep. Until next time, I'm Dr. James, and I'll be right here with you, week after week, helping you sleep, heal, and live better after 60. Good night, friends.